Hey, Dr. Mike here. Today I want to talk about chemical stress. So for the past 3 decades in my practice, I've been teaching people how to manage stress and how to coexist with it, because obviously stress is something we can't avoid. Especially in this time of crisis, we need more now than ever to be able to manage stress so we do not succumb to sickness, fear, and disease. Chemical stress. So let's talk about 3 pillars, right? There's the mental emotional stress. There's the physical stress, and then there's the chemical stress. These are the 3 primary reasons and the 3 primary factors that affect us as human beings here in terms of stress accumulating inside of our body. So mental, emotional, physical, chemical. Today I want to talk about chemical. So what is chemical? Chemical stress is the food we eat, the air we breathe, the products we use on our physical body. So we're going to talk today mostly about food, right? So most of us now under quarantine, we're stuck inside, we're working from home. You know, there's a draw into the pantry, a draw into the kitchen. Some of us when we're home, some of us when we're stressed. What do we do? What do we go to? What's our go-to like drug of choice? It might be food. For a lot of us, food is where we go when we're under stress. So I want to help you in that regard today, and I want to talk about a couple things that I think would be helpful. I've been teaching my children for years now that if you buy a product at a supermarket and you look at the ingredients on the box or on the bag, and there's more than 3 or 4 ingredients, first of all, that's a warning. Secondly, if you cannot pronounce the ingredients or you need a degree in how to identify what things are in a product, you probably shouldn't eat it. A lot of artificial colorings, a lot of artificial flavors, a lot of covert things that are put into foods that are being called spices. So you have to be careful. These are things that can accumulate in your body. If your body doesn't recognize it as food, your body may store it. So you have to be really careful with the chemicals that are in food, especially processed or highly refined foods. So be aware of that. So, you know, stress eating. Let's be aware that what we need to do is create a set schedule for our food. So, in other words, being frequently organized with your schedule, whether it's a work schedule or a school schedule for your kids or an eating schedule, very important to be disciplined with a schedule. Try to eat at the same time for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then try to organize your snacks in such a way that they're at the same time each day. And my grandfather taught me a lot in regard to this. He lived well into his 90s, vital and healthy most all of those years because he lived very disciplined with the way he ate, the way he exercised, and the way he did things. So develop a set schedule, number 1. Number 2, balance it nutritionally with a lot of healthy fruits and vegetables. That would be number 1. You want to have high quality, clean protein, and you also want to have complex carbohydrates. And those are the 3 things, the 3 building blocks of a healthy and balanced diet. Now, I don't want to get into intermittent fasting too much. That's a video we could spend, an entire process just going through that. But balanced nutrition, you want to be balanced. Food combining, be careful the way you combine your foods. Try not to eat fruit or sweets after a heavy meal. Heavy meals can slow you down, and your processing of that food through your digestive tract can slow down. Fruit or sweets on top of that creates methane. Methane comes back up, and you feel that as in acid reflux. So drink plenty of water throughout the day, in between your meals. Make sure you're not drinking sugary, carbonated beverages too often. Drink water. Put a little lemon or a little fruit in there, fresh fruit, not fruit juices, a lot of sugar in fruit juices. Differentiate between real hunger and emotional or stress hunger. There's a difference. Real hunger, you'll feel things like grumbling in your stomach. There'll be a duration of time typically before physical hunger sets in, maybe 3 to 5 hours in between your meals. Emotional hunger is not the same, and so be aware of that. Indulging with purpose and do it sparingly. So listen, I grew up Italian. Italians love to eat. I never met a cannoli I could say no to. My process and my secret is I don't put myself in front of cannolis that often. But if I'm going to have one, I'm going to have one. and I'm going to have maybe 2 if they're minis. So when you do indulge, and do it so that you are implementing the nature of awareness, and be very intentional. So if you're going to have something like that, have it early in the day. Don't have it at the end of the day where you're not going to have a chance to burn it off with exercise or some activity that you can utilize to help you burn those short duration sugary calories that really have no quality of nutrition. Also think about supplementation. We supplement in my house with good nutritional products and vitamins. Those are another consideration. So I hope this helps. I hope if you like these videos, you subscribe on our YouTube channel or you give us a like. And remember, stay informed and get adjusted.